everyone, welcome back to TSW 5, and we got a very special one today because no, your eyes do not deceive you. This is the Virgin Trains Class 390 Pendolino. We've got the West Coast ones over there, the West Coast Avanti, or Avanti West Coast, let me get it the right way around, which obviously didn't exist at the same time as the Virgin ones, but this is a livery that I have downloaded from the Creators Club. I did say to you that it wouldn't take long before Creators Club started bringing up some of its usual wonderment, and this is the first one. We saw this at the end of last night's Frankfurt Fulda live stream when I was just having a quick nosy round the Creators Club. Once again, before this Avanti West Coast livery, we did have Virgin Trains, and there's a 710 just leaving us. You can see the 710 because I am on the PC. So I've got this from Creators Club. I'll put a little link to this livery in the description of the video if you want to get it yourself. It is available now across all platforms. Thank you to the creator of this, who will be credited down there. We're going to run this from London Euston, where we are now, and we're going to run it, of course, up to Milton Keynes. So shall we get in and get sorted out, and then we can start making the trip. So usual setup procedure, master key on. Let's move that to neutral. We need to cancel the alarms as they start to go off. Gear running. There's another one. Let's put the instrument lights to bright. TASS, we need to acknowledge that. And then, of course, safety systems. The introduction that I did to the setting up of the Pendolino, where I pointed out this fuse, has been quite widely watched. I'm pleased about that. A lot of you said I was trying to get the safety systems on the Pendolino. I had no clue where to actually do that, and your video helped. So I'm glad about that, because that's what the videos are for. Yeah, we're having fun, but also it's to hopefully make your play in TSW5 just that little bit more enjoyable. And if we can sort out bits and pieces of issues you're coming across, then even better. So thank you for the feedback. Keep the feedback coming. We need to unlock the doors. Probably should have done that earlier. There they go. What a great livery. I think on the inside, yes, we're going to have the Avanti livery inside. I don't think there's a lot you can do about that in Creators Club. I don't think that is configurable, but it's fine. Don't worry about that. So yeah, Virgin Trains. I saw this last night and I got really excited. I thought, ooh, what others have we got? We'll have a talk about Virgin Trains on the West Coast Main Line in a second, because I do have the Wikipedia page up next to me on my other monitor. Something's coming in. Another 710 coming in from Watford there. Let's get the doors locked. We can be underway. Few people still not deciding whether they're getting on or not. It's too late. A guy with the headphones, he's had it. He tried it. Look, he's still trying. Sorry, mate. Next one. Wait for the next one. Right. Let's make our way, shall we? I think what we should probably do is put it in forwards, which I tend to always forget when I've set the train up in neutral. But we'll make our way. Let's have a quick look. We do stop, and this one we stop at Watford, and then we stop at Milton Keynes. So I do want to try to obviously show you a little bit of the outside of the train on this run, because it's more about the livery than anything else. But if you look on Creators Club, take a quick look, there are already scenarios on there, lots of different liveries. I did notice we had a lot of TSW5 fictional themed liveries as well, which is quite nice. There's some nice ones on there. There's a nice 37 on there, actually. So encourage you all to go and have a look. And if you're new to TSW, and you're wondering what the Creators Club is, go and have a quick look on from the main menu. You'll see a link in TSW5, and from there you can go to Creators Club, and it's just an area where lots of players who are very, very creative are able to make new liveries that you recognise from real life, even though I don't think DTG have got the Virgin license. A lot of people are creating their own liveries, putting them on there for everyone else to enjoy. So go and have a look. It just provides a little bit more in addition to what comes as part of the standard gameplay. So I'm very pleased with this. I love this. And again, really, like the Avanti, I've travelled on the Virgin trains on this route many, many times over the years. So it's really nice to see it. I do have this livery in TS Classic as well. And no matter how many times I come out of Euston, I still speed at this point. There we go. So we will get up to speed quite soon on our way to Watford. We've got 14 miles to Watford, due there in 9 minutes as a 350 comes past us, and we can start to speed up right now. So shall we have a talk? Oops, sorry about that. If I move the mouse, let's have a talk about some Virgin trains, shall we? Because some of you will be familiar with Virgin trains, others not so much. But Virgin trains, this is from Wikipedia. All this is from Wikipedia. So Virgin trains, the legal name was West Coast Trains Limited. I didn't know that. They were a train operating company in the UK owned by the Virgin Rail Group. So Richard Branson, basically. And it was a joint venture between the Virgin Group and Stagecoach, which operated the Intercity West Coast franchise from the 9th of March 1997 to the 7th of December 2019. Is that how long ago it was? Virgin Trains. 2019. Wow. It doesn't seem that long ago, honestly. The franchise covered long distance passenger services on the West Coast Main Line between London, the West Midlands, the northwest of England, North Wales and southern Scotland, consequently connecting 6 of the UK's largest cities: London, Birmingham, Manchester, Liverpool, Glasgow and Edinburgh, which have a combined metropolitan population of over 18 million. It had around 3,400 employees in 2015. Now I think most, if not all of those employees did transfer to Avanti. The Virgin Trains brand was also used on the legally and operationally separate Virgin Trains East Coast from 2015 until 2018, and previously on Virgin Cross Country, which operated between 1997 and 2007, as well as from 2018 to 2020 by Virgin Trains USA in Florida. I did not know that Virgin Trains operated in the US. I really did not know that. That's interesting. As we're going to notch 4 as we prepare for the 100 miles per hour. It's a nice livery though, isn't it? What do you reckon? I think a few of you are going to be picking this up. I think when I subscribed to this last night, there was about 900 subscribers to this livery. So go and take a look. Go and take a look. What else can I tell you about the Virgin Rail? There's so much information on Wikipedia. Just looking at the sort of little table that tells you who was running on this route. So the predecessor to Virgin Trains was Intercity, and then the successor, of course, is Avanti West Coast, which is the Avanti West Coast is, of course, the era that we've got in the standard West Coast mainline South for TSW. They had 56 Class 390 Pendolino sets and 20 Class 221 Super Voyager sets. And again, I think all those just transferred to Avanti at the time of the switch. I still can't get over the fact that that was 2019. And it's like 5, nearly 6 years ago. Crazy. Crazy. It literally doesn't seem like 5 minutes since I was zipping up and down on one of these Virgin trains. Let's try and zip through the views if we can. There we go. That's not a bad view. Wow. That's the rear view. You know me from the channel. I quite like red and yellow. That's what our channel colours are all about. But this just tops it off nicely. Let's get the power up, because we can do 120 on this section. Once we get up to 125, we'll of course put the speed set on. Although, having got the need to stop at Watford, we've got 10 miles to go, then we will have to slow down somewhat. But yeah, I saw this last night. There's actually a couple of different Virgin liveries on there. Just have a look through. Go on Creators Club, have a look through, download some scenarios, because there's some scenarios on there as well that are player created. Let's get Creators Club going again, I think. That's a good shot. That's a very good shot. I think I like this livery better than the Avanti one. I've said it in different videos that the Avanti one, it took me a little bit of time to get used to it. After seeing these so brightly running up and down, the Avanti one in the green seemed a little bit drab, to be honest. That was my first impression of it. Although, again, I've said in recent videos, over time, I have got used to the Avanti one, and I do quite like it. It was just from going from this, which was super bright and very pleasing on the eye, to the sort of green. It was just, it was a big contrast. I don't know. What do you think? If you're familiar with both liveries, which one's your favourite? I still think I like the Avanti one, but I still think the Virgin one's my favourite, if I had to choose between the two. And we've got 6 miles to Watford, so I'm going to put the speed set on. Let me just slightly increase it. I still don't know, by the way, what the button is to allow us to set the speed set from the controller. I have asked again in the Ambassadors Discord and asked DTG, so I'm just waiting to find out. So of course, if I do find that out, I'll pass that on to you guys as well, so you can use it, being as lots of you are on controller. Oh, it's great, look at that. What a great job. So we're zipping along at 125. Just cancel that DST. So don't forget, Tuesday 17th is the main release for TSW. If you didn't have early access all your other content that you've got from TSW4 and before will be available to add to the game on Tuesday. So get up early, get it all downloaded. A lot of you have said to me, how come you've got the 710? Why can I see the 710 on your West Coast mainline? That's because it's on PC. So I believe that PC, there's no issue with getting your additional content. It's just consoles. So if you're on the PlayStation 5 or Xbox and you've got the Suffragette line, you will see it again on Tuesday along with everything else, and you'll be able to run up and down in the 710 on this route as well between Euston and Watford. So that'll be quite nice. I haven't tried it yet. I've not tried it, but I should. Right, we've got 2 miles till we get into Watford Junction, so we are meant to be a little slower. I'm going to take the speed set off and I'm going to slow down a little bit if I can get the right button. Speed's coming off. There we go. So when you're on this curve, you know that Watford is coming up. You can see the city of Watford, or is it a city? Is Watford a city or is it a town? But that's basically Watford over there. And this red brick building that's coming up is right where the station is. So you can kind of time it. How are we doing for time? We're actually a little bit late, but that was because we were flying around with the camera at Euston. And we're having a quick look at the outside of the Virgin Trains livery whilst we were there. So that's fine. Not too worried. We do have a chance to catch up a few seconds between Watford and Milton Keynes. So, yeah, not too worried. The platform there on the left is where you come in with the 710. If you're running the 710. Let's get the brakes on. Fly down to the platform.
If you see anything suspicious, please tell a member of staff
Doors open.
or the police.
Oh wow, that looks good. I'm gonna have to take a screenshot of this because that looks really nice. Look at that. That's great. Oh, I love that. I'm going to take it just as it is. I don't even need to set that up. So I'm just going to take it and I'm going to upload it. There we go. And we'll go back to the service, shall we? Got people getting on, which is nice to see. A 350 there, and the other platform, we should get a chance to overtake that with any luck. Once we get everybody on board and we set off. Any second now. There we go. We can lock the doors. Doors are closing. $30 miles to Milton Keynes. Let's go and chase this 350, shall we? We'll see how long it takes us to catch up. If you do pick this livery up, or you see anything else in the Creators Club that you think I might be interested in, drop me a comment. Let me know. I'm sure somebody's created the licensed version again of the 350 and stuck that somewhere in the Creators Club. It'll be there somewhere. So we cleared up to 110, shortly becoming 115. And we're due in at Milton Keynes at 12:52. I'm just wondering if that 350 went off up there. I think that is the freight line. If you drive the 66, you go off up there. Well, I don't know if you go off up there, but certainly if you're coming from the Milton Keynes direction to Euston, towards Euston, in the 66, you do loop around there. Let's have a quick look. You can see the loop here. Joins back up down this end, so I'm going to assume this is a slow line, this loop. So maybe maybe that 350 just got ahead of us a little bit. We'll catch him. We'll catch him. So there is a setting as well for the Creators Club where if you download a livery, there is a little checkbox where you can have that livery turn up as AI as well. So the AI will also use the livery in some of the services that they've got. I don't think I've got that box checked at the moment, so we won't see the Virgin livery coming past us in the opposite direction, for example, on one of the AI services. But there is that option. There is that option to do that. And there's that 350 in front. I knew we'd catch him. So yeah, if you download this livery or any, just click the "Can be used with AI services" button, and you'll see it quite often. There we go. He wants to take the slow train. When we got the fast one, he's actually stopping there. So, unlike us, we are steaming through full speed. But this livery was on the top page of Creators Club, which is how I saw it originally, because it's one of the popular ones, and I went straight to it. I didn't have to think twice. Hopefully everybody is enjoying the new TSW5, all those that have got the early access. And a lot of you, I asked on the live stream the other night, those of you with early access, what is your favourite route? Many of you came up with this. Many of you have said that. And not just UK based players as well. I think if I was to rank them in order, certainly this one for me is my favourite. But I think, you know, you could rightly say I'm slightly biased towards the West Coast Main Line because of, you know, how much I've used it in real life. But then followed closely behind by the Frankfurt Fulda route because it's high speed, it's what I like to drive, and the level of detail is very, very good. And then you've got the slightly slower paced LA Union to San Bernardino route from the US, which again is a very, very good route, but it is a lot slower. But then again, a lot of the US routes are a little slower, but in its own right, it's a very nice route to drive. That will be my ranking. I've spent most of the time though on this route so far because I quite enjoy it. I was looking on the PS5 timetable list this morning. We're on the PC right now, looking at the service list for the 390. There's, as I recall, 800 or 900 services in total. just for the Pendolino. I think that's going to take a while to complete, you know. So there's a lot to cover, a lot to do. I have started using the journey mode again on the PS5. And why am I speeding? Was the speed set on? I need some power to use speed set. That said it's on, so let's just see. Yeah, I have been using journey mode, just working my way through. Using that as a sort of way to tick things off. I've been using guard mode a little bit more. We've got some good tilt going through here, look. That's brilliant. Look, it's straightening itself up and tilting over to the right. Awesome. That is awesome. So yeah, try the journey mode as well. I've only done a couple of scenarios. I've not been through the whole scenario lists just yet. That's the thing though, when you get a new release, there's so much to do initially, especially when you get 3 routes at once. You've got 3 sets of scenarios, 3 sets of collectibles if you do collect them, but though you will, if you want to achieve all the achievements, you will need to collect at least 1 set of collectibles. I've started collecting the West Coast Mainline South collectibles. Something wrong with the speed set there, by the way. Because if I get the trophy for collecting the West Coast Mainline South collectibles, I will also be able to use that trophy towards the Platinum as well. So I'm quite a way through the Platinum. I think I'm about 86% through already after just about a couple of hours of playtime. So if trophies are your thing or achievements, it's not gonna take you too long. It's not that difficult. I do wish actually it was slightly more challenging. One of our subscribers was saying to me that he preferred, you know, the TSW 2 days where you to run 500 miles in a certain train or run over a certain target speed in several trains. I think I agree with him as well, because you had to play the game for a certain period to be able to qualify and get the trophies. Seems a little bit easier. I can't tell whether trophies really are a little bit of an afterthought these days. The game itself's really good, and I think what's happened is the focus has not been on trophies, because not everybody, you know, goes for trophies, and I understand that as well. People just want to drive the trains or now do the guarding and are not really bothered about achievements. That's understandable. Everybody plays different ways. So if you are going for that though, if you're going for the Platinum or whatever you call the top achievement on Xbox or Steam, you should be able to get it. It won't take you long. Even as a new player, I don't think it'll take you so long. Right, 15 miles to Milton Keynes, and the speed set seems to have settled down now. Let's just take a quick look. It is lit up, the button is lit up. It says it's on. So we should be alright. As we see our successor, the Avanti, going in the opposite direction. "10 minutes, we are due into Milton Keynes. Let's see if we can get there on time. Not really sure at the moment, but we'll try our best. Certainly these last few days, this is Cheddington by the way, certainly over the last few days been clocking up a lot of mileage in the game. And with transferring the profile over from TSW4, I don't know whether it will tell me specifically anywhere what mileage I've done in TSW5, I could probably work that out by looking at each individual TSW5 route and looking at the total mileage and adding it up, but I don't think there is a section anywhere that will tell me this is how many miles you did in TSW4, this is how many you've done in TSW5, which is a bit of a shame, because I'd like to know, having had all the TSWs from the beginning, I'd like to know which one I used the most, which one I played the most. I can do that a little bit by looking how many hours I've played, because on PlayStation it definitely tells you how many hours. I know it does on Steam as well. Does it on Xbox? I would think so. It tells you how many hours you've played in a certain game. But mileage wise, etc., favourite train, it's carried over favourite train. My favourite train, actually, according to statistics in TSW, is the Javelin. And I can kind of understand that as well, because a lot of the runs in the Javelin on the Southeastern High Speed are quite long runs, aren't they? So it's going to naturally, the longer run you do, it's going to show that that's more popular than, let's say, the 710, where you're doing shorter runs, or the 323, for example, because I quite like running the 323. So if it bases it on the length of time played, then yeah, I think the Javelin is probably going to be the one I've spent the most time in due to the length of the services. But the Spendlino could become a challenger for that, I think, in the not too distant future, because we're getting some quite decent runs in this one. And I don't think I've been on the Southeastern High Speed actually for several months, so there's a chance to catch up with this. Southeastern High Speed though is very good, isn't it? Especially with, you know, the extended one we got as part of, I think it was TSW4, wasn't it? The extended Southeastern High Speed. That was really good. It was a good route anyway. .5 we've got. The distinctive white and black striped doors as well. But our destination, our final destination, is Edinburgh, but we're going as far as Milton Keynes. Really good, really enjoying it. We should arrive on time, I think. We will start to get slowed down as we come into Milton Keynes, but not by much. I tried a couple of freight services as well in the Class 66 on this route in the new DB Cargo livery. Again, really, you know, quite long runs, quite satisfying runs in the 66. So if you like your freight stuff, then this route again has a little bit of that to offer. And I'm just wondering in the future if we get more UK stuff, I'm just wondering what other UK routes we could get which would layer onto this. We've no rail tour services, by the way. And again, on Creators Club, I bet there's already some rail tour services available in some of the BR Blue stuff. I'll need to have a look for that, because that'll be good fun. And this is the point where I usually start reducing speed a little bit. So I'm going to turn the power off. And we'll coast for a little while. We've got 4 minutes to get in. 4 minutes, 2.8 miles. Think we should be good. I'm interested to know as well, because of the length of this route, a lot of players, before they played it, they weren't satisfied it only went to Milton Keynes. Has anybody's viewpoint changed on that since they've got their hands on it? I know not everybody's playing yet. Most people will come on board on Tuesday for the main launch, but I just wondered, you know, now they've got their hands on it, they can see the detail in the route. Has it changed anybody's opinions, or does everybody still think it should have maybe run to Birmingham or something like that? I can see arguments for both sides, to be honest. But this is Milton Keynes. You're becoming used to this now. And we've got 800 yards to go. So we'll get ourselves slowed down very nicely. And here we are. Got a red at the end of the platform, as we usually do when we get into Milton Keynes, so we need to be mindful of that, but we're at a decent speed, so we should be fine to just stop right here and get the doors open one final time. There's the Avanti coming in the other way, and there we go. That was London Euston to Milton Keynes in the very striking Virgin Trains Pendolino livery. So this, again, this is available on the Creators Club right now. Thank you to the creator of this. I will put a link directly to take you to it in the Creators Club, so if you want to subscribe to this, you can get this and you can play it on your own platform. If you own the Pendolino, a big thanks to that player for creating this livery. I'm going to have a lot of fun with this one. That is it for this video. Take care, everybody. Thank you again for watching. Thanks for all your support. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.